Have you ever jolted awake at 3 in the morning and just stared at the ceiling, wondering what's wrong with your body? That feeling when the house is silent, the world is asleep, but your eyes are wide open? You're not alone. This strange wake-up call isn't just random. It's your body trying to tell you something. Today, we're diving into the shocking truth about why so many people wake up at 3 a.m. as they get older. What you'll discover might completely change how you think about those early morning hours. The reasons behind these wake-ups reveal something fascinating about your changing body and mind. And stick around until the end, because the last reason might be the most powerful one of all. Something that could transform your relationship with sleep forever. Let's talk about what's really happening in your body at night. When you were younger, your brain produced plenty of melatonin. That's the sleep hormone that knocks you out and keeps you dreaming all night. But here's what nobody tells you. As you age, your body starts making less and less of this crucial sleep juice. Think of melatonin like the guardians of your sleep. When you were younger, these guardians were strong and vigilant, keeping you in deep sleep all night long. But now, those guardians get tired around 3 a.m. and start dozing off themselves. Without enough melatonin to keep you under, your brain starts to wake up. What makes this worse is that even tiny amounts of light can shut down what little melatonin you have left. That blinking phone charger, the glow from your clock, or lights seeping under your door. All of these are secretly sabotaging your sleep. Your older body has become hypersensitive to these sleep disruptors that never bothered you before. By the time you reach your 70s, you might be producing only half the melatonin you did in your 30s. This isn't just about having trouble falling asleep. It specifically affects your ability to stay asleep through those early morning hours. Take Mike, who's 70 and used to sleep like a rock. Now he pops awake at 3:15 every morning feeling completely alert. Once he understood this wasn't his fault, but a natural chemical change, he made his bedroom pitch black and stopped all screen time before bed. He still wakes up sometimes, but now he knows why, and that knowledge alone helps him drift back to sleep faster. Here's a trick that many don't know. Our bodies are especially sensitive to blue light, which interferes with melatonin production. That's why the glow from a TV, phone, or even some alarm clocks can be particularly disruptive. Switching to red or amber night lights can make a significant difference in preserving what melatonin your body still produces. Here's something fascinating that explains those 3 a.m. wake-ups. Your body's internal clock is actually moving forward as you age. Scientists call this advanced sleep phase. But in simple terms, your body is shifting to an earlier schedule whether you like it or not. Remember when you could stay up late and sleep in? Those days are fading because your internal clock is literally being rewound. You might find yourself getting sleepy during the evening news or nodding off in your chair after dinner. This isn't weakness. It's your body's new rhythm. The problem? If you're falling asleep at 9 p.m. because your body demands it, by 3 a.m. you've already gotten your 6 hours of sleep. Your body thinks it's morning while the rest of the world is still in darkness. You're not having insomnia. You're just running on senior time. This shift happens because the tiny control center in your brain, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, changes with age. This master clock becomes less precise, often pushing your sleep cycle forward by 1 to 2 hours. It's like your internal clock is running fast, always a bit ahead of the actual time. The quiet lifestyle many older adults have makes this shift even stronger. Without the noise and bustle of a busy household, your body detects the peaceful evening as a signal to shut down earlier. And without the schedule of work or school, there's nothing forcing your body to stay on society's clock. Janet, who's 65, was frustrated by waking up hours before dawn until she realized her early bedtime was the culprit. She started purposely keeping herself engaged in the evenings, calling friends, doing gentle stretches, even reorganizing her books. Anything to push her bedtime back just a bit. Now she falls asleep closer to 10:30 and wakes at a more reasonable 5 a.m. instead of 3 a.m. This shift in sleep timing doesn't have to control your life. By understanding it, you can work with your body instead of against it, creating a schedule that feels natural while still aligning better with the world around you. Your 3 a.m. wake-up might actually be your body sending you important health messages that get drowned out during the busy day. As we age, our bodies develop aches and pains that speak loudest in the still of the night. Joint pain that you barely notice when you're active becomes impossible to ignore after lying in one position for hours. Your bladder, which isn't as stretchy as it once was, sends urgent signals that snap you awake. Even slight acid reflux or a dry mouth can pull you from deep sleep when everything else is quiet. What's fascinating is how precisely these issues can wake you up. Many people report waking at almost exactly the same time each night. That's because your body operates on rhythms, and certain systems become active at specific times. Your liver, for instance, is most active around 3 a.m. as it works to detoxify your body. If it's struggling, you might find yourself wide awake exactly when it's working hardest. For men especially, nighttime bathroom trips become more frequent with age. During the day, you might barely notice the urge because you're distracted, but at night, that slight bladder pressure becomes the only thing your brain can focus on. And once you get up and shuffle to the bathroom, your body has already switched into awake mode, making it harder to drift back to sleep. Pain signals also intensify at night. Your body produces less natural pain-killing endorphins while you sleep, which means existing discomforts become more noticeable. That arthritic knee or sore hip that you barely register during the day can become the center of your attention at 3 a.m. Medications add another layer to this puzzle. Those pills that keep your heart healthy or your blood pressure in check. Many of them have side effects that mess with your sleep. Some cause more bathroom trips. Others might make you sensitive to sounds or change your body temperature, all potential sleep disruptors. Consider Ellen, who started waking up at exactly 3:20 a.m. every night. After months of frustration, she talked to her doctor and discovered one of her medications was peaking in her system around that time, causing subtle dehydration. A simple change in when she took her pills solved the mystery of her 3 a.m. awakening. These midnight messages aren't your body failing you. They're actually signs of your body working to protect you, sending alerts when something needs attention. Learning to listen to and interpret these signals can lead to better sleep and better health overall. Your daily habits might be secretly programming you for these early wake-ups without you even realizing it. Many older adults naturally drift toward earlier dinner times, earlier TV watching, and earlier bedtimes, all of which push your wake-up time earlier too. When your days become quieter after retirement, your body misses the time cues it once relied on. The morning commute, the lunch break, the afternoon meetings. These all helped your body track time. Without them, your sleep schedule can drift forward like a clock that's running too fast. Scientists call these time cues Zeitgebers, German for time givers. They're the external signals that keep your internal clock synchronized with the world. As your exposure to these signals decreases, less time outdoors, fewer social interactions, more routine days, your body begins to follow its own rhythm more strongly. Even what you eat and when plays a huge role. That 5 p.m. dinner might mean your blood sugar dips around 3 a.m., signaling your body to wake up. The afternoon coffee that never bothered you before now lingers in your system for hours, making your sleep lighter and more easily broken. Your metabolism slows with age, which means substances stay in your system longer than they used to. Walter, at 74, couldn't understand why he was suddenly an early bird until he looked at his new retirement routine. Dinner at 5 p.m., dozing in his recliner by 7 p.m., and officially in bed by 9 p.m. His entire day had shifted earlier, and his wake-up time simply followed suit. By adding an evening walk and pushing dinner back just an hour, he successfully delayed his wake-up time closer to dawn. The temperature in your home can also contribute to early waking. Many people turn down the thermostat at night to save energy, but as the temperature drops toward morning, it can trigger wakefulness, especially in older adults who are more sensitive to cold. Your body craves consistent signals. It wants to know when to sleep and when to wake. As these signals change or weaken with a quieter lifestyle, your sleep fragments and shifts earlier. But small, intentional changes to your daily rhythm can guide your body back to a more satisfying schedule. Sometimes the real reason you're awake at 3 a.m. has nothing to do with your body and everything to do with your mind. The quiet darkness creates the perfect stage for thoughts that stay buried during the busy day. Think about it. When else is your world completely still? With nothing to distract you, those worries about family, regrets about the past, or thoughts about your own mortality finally have space to surface. It's not that these concerns are new. They've been waiting patiently for your attention. This isn't the same as the anxiety you might have felt in youth. It's quieter, more reflective, like a gentle nudge rather than a panic alarm. Your mind might wander through old memories, revisit choices made decades ago, or contemplate relationships that have changed over time. The brain actually processes emotional content differently at night. During the day, your rational prefrontal cortex helps keep emotions in check. But at night, especially in the early morning hours, the emotional centers of your brain become more active while the rational areas quiet down. This explains why worries always seem bigger and more overwhelming at 3 a.m. You're literally experiencing them with less rational filtering. Loneliness often plays a powerful role in these night wakings. As social circles naturally shrink with age, the contrast between daytime activity and nighttime solitude becomes sharper. This emotional gap can wake you up as surely as any physical discomfort. Gloria, who lost her husband 2 years ago, stays busy with friends and family during the day. But at 3 a.m., the house feels emptiest, and her thoughts often turn to conversations she wishes they could still have. Rather than fighting these awakenings, she started keeping a journal by her bed. When she wakes, she writes a few thoughts or even a brief letter to her late husband. This simple act of acknowledging her feelings often helps her return to sleep more peacefully. Your heart doesn't follow a tidy schedule. It speaks when it's ready, often in those pre-dawn hours when nothing else competes for your attention. These awakenings aren't a flaw in your sleep. They might be a sign that you have wisdom or emotions that need to be recognized. What if these 3 a.m. wake-ups aren't just an annoying sleep problem but actually hold a hidden gift? Throughout history, many cultures considered the hours between 3 and 5 a.m. spiritually significant, a time when the veil between worlds thins and insight flows more easily. The ancient Chinese medical tradition associates 3 to 5 a.m. with the lungs and processes of letting go, while many monastic traditions around the world schedule prayers and meditation during these exact hours, believing them to be specially suited for contemplation. Instead of fighting against these awakenings, some people have found power in using them. These quiet, undisturbed hours can become a special time for reflection, creativity, or simple peace that's not available during the busy day. Many writers, artists, and thinkers throughout history deliberately woke early to capture this unique mental state, clear but not yet cluttered by the day's demands. Robert, age 78, used to get frustrated by his early wake-ups until he decided to embrace them. Now he keeps a dim reading light and a book of poetry by his bed. When he wakes at 3 a.m., he reads a few pages, letting the quiet wisdom of the words wash over him. Sometimes he falls back asleep, and sometimes he doesn't, but he no longer dreads the experience. Some researchers believe this middle-of-the-night waking pattern might actually be our natural sleep rhythm. Historical evidence suggests that before electric lighting, many people slept in two distinct phases: first sleep and second sleep, with a period of quiet wakefulness between them. What we now call insomnia might actually be a return to this ancient pattern. These pre-dawn hours have a different quality to them, a stillness that can feel sacred. Some use this time for meditation, prayer, or simply watching the night slowly transform into dawn. There's something profoundly connecting about being awake while the rest of the world sleeps, like you've been given access to a secret room in the house of your life. By reframing these wake-ups as opportunities rather than problems, the frustration often melts away. And ironically, once you stop fighting against these awakenings, they sometimes become less frequent or less disruptive. Now that you understand why you're waking up, let's talk about what you can do about it. These simple changes can help you either sleep longer or make peace with your new sleep pattern. For melatonin issues, create a sleep sanctuary. Black out curtains, no digital clocks, and remove all electronics that emit even tiny lights. Some find that a low-dose melatonin supplement taken properly helps extend their sleep, but always check with your doctor first. Red light therapy is another approach gaining scientific support. Unlike blue light, red light doesn't suppress melatonin production. Some people use red night lights or special red reading lights in the evening to maintain better sleep hormone levels. To adjust your sleep cycle, try pushing your evening activities later in small 15-minute increments. Expose yourself to bright light in the evening, not blue light from screens, and keep the morning light dimmer until you want to wake up. Light is the most powerful zeitgeber for your body's clock, so manipulating your light exposure can effectively shift your sleep timing. For physical discomforts, consider a memory foam mattress topper that reduces pressure points. If bladder issues wake you, reduce fluids after 7 p.m., but stay well hydrated during the day. Some find that a teaspoon of honey before bed helps maintain more stable blood sugar throughout the night, preventing those 3 a.m. dips that can trigger wakefulness. Talk to your doctor about adjusting medication timing to avoid sleep disruptions. Sometimes taking certain medications earlier or later in the day can make a significant difference in how they affect your sleep. For the busy 3 a.m. mind, keep a notebook by your bed to capture thoughts that can be addressed tomorrow. Create a simple relaxation ritual for when you wake up, perhaps deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation that helps ease you back to sleep. Consider the quarter-hour rule. If you've been awake for more than 15 minutes, don't lie there staring at the ceiling. Get up, move to another room, and do something quiet and non-stimulating until you feel sleepy again. This prevents your brain from associating your bed with wakefulness. Most importantly, change how you think about these wake-ups. The stress of thinking, "I should be sleeping," often makes it harder to return to sleep. Instead, approach the time with curiosity and acceptance. Some nights you'll drift back quickly, other nights you won't, and both are perfectly okay. Remember that total sleep needs often decrease somewhat with age. While young adults might need 8 hours, many older adults function well on 6 to 7 hours. If you're waking early but feeling refreshed and energetic during the day, you might simply need less sleep now. As we wrap up, remember that those 3 a.m. wake-ups aren't a sign that something's broken in you. They're actually showing you how your body continues to adapt and evolve with each passing year. Your chemistry is changing, your rhythms are shifting, your awareness is deepening, and all of this is reflected in how you sleep. Instead of fighting against these changes, there's freedom in working with them. Small adjustments to your environment, your habits, and even your attitudes can transform these nighttime awakenings from frustrating interruptions into meaningful moments. Consider keeping a sleep journal to track patterns in your wake-ups. You might discover specific triggers you hadn't noticed before. Perhaps you always wake after certain foods, activities, or conversations. This knowledge gives you power to make changes where needed, or simply to understand your body better. The next time you find yourself awake while the world sleeps, take a deep breath and remember, this is your body speaking to you in the language of age and wisdom. It may be asking for something as simple as a glass of water, a stretch, or a moment of reflection. By listening with compassion rather than resistance, you might discover not just better rest, but a richer connection to yourself in this stage of life. What has your experience been with waking up at night? Share in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights that help you navigate the journey of aging with grace and understanding. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might be staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. wondering what's wrong. Until next time, sweet dreams, whether they come all at once or in gentle phases throughout the night.